So this is Eastern Busway Alliance, and we're working on the 17-span structure called Rahihi, which will move traffic through Pakuranga to the city.
Initially, we used the Converge sensors to only monitor the temperatures, so we stayed within the specification. But very early on in the project, we did a calibration curve for the mix. So we were able to get information not only on the temperatures, but on the strengths. And so that became important to us when we wanted to strip the formwork. On the pairs, we were able to take 2 or 3 days per pair off the time we would be normally waiting to strip the formwork because we had confidence in the strength of the concrete, and the same with the diaphragms. So with the pairs, it took, I'd say, over 30 curing days off the pair program. And on the critical path of the program, I'd say it contributed to a good month of time saved with the diaphragms, which are on critical path. And we were able to drop those forms 1 or 2 days earlier for each one because we had confidence of the concrete strengths. We also use cylinders, but a single cylinder wouldn't have done it for us that early. The sensors gave us confidence to talk to the designers and get the formwork dropped. Well, there are 34 parts of the bridge that under our specification needed to be monitored for temperature. We went and tender process. We talked to 3 companies about buying some of their sensors. Converge was the one that had the best user friendliness. We looked at what the others were offering and what the sensors could do, and particularly the software and how we'd use it. Converge, getting onto their website was really handy. We could isolate a particular sensor, we could compare them to any other sensor in the pour, we could do a live monitoring of the temperatures. When we had the transmitter attached, we could have a look at it while we weren't at work if we had to, if we wanted to check that. It was really the user friendliness of the system, and it printed out good reports. We didn't have to do very much for that. There was a function where you could just print a report and you got all the information needed to give to the designers to tell them what was going on with the core. So it was that really.
In the diaphragms, there are 5 sensors that we install. This allows us to see the temperature during curing and lets us release the false work in time with our program. Typically, we'd wait around 10 days between diaphragm pours, but it's allowed us to cut the release of the false work down, bringing us to a 7-day cycle.
It is in the project specifications that the structures should not exceed the certain temperatures. And it is also a part of the specification to get the monitoring of all the temperatures from the day of the pour up to a certain date. So we managed to get those informations through the sensors.
We have some real large pours on the project, concrete pours, and we use the data to basically monitor peak and differential temperatures. And we also use it to, we've developed a maturity curve to tell us how fast the concrete's gaining strength. And so we've used that to do some early formwork stripping, speed up construction.